success of any educational institution relies on three critical pillars: effective management, high quality facilities, and enhanced legal frameworks. Together, these elements form the foundation for creating an environment conducive to learning and academic excellence. Good day, everyone. Today, we will present our research proposal titled Enhancing Educational Institutions, Management, Facilities, and Legal Compliance. Our research aims to investigate the significance of these factors and how they can be leveraged to improve educational institutions, particularly in Malaysia. Educational institutions will encounter numerous challenges that hinder their ability to provide a high-quality education. This research will develop three problem statements. The first one, ineffective management. The second one, adequate facilities. And the third one is non-compliance with legal requirements. The objective of our research are threefold. The first one is to analyze how facilities management processes support the implementations of Malaysia National Higher Education Strategic Plans. The second one is to investigate the relationship between the quality of facilities and student academic achievements. And the last one is to analyze the importance of legal compliance in educational institutions. To guide this research, we have formulated three key research questions. The first one is, how do facilities management processes contribute to achieving the objectives of Malaysian National Higher Education Strategic Plans? And the second one is, what the impact of higher quality facilities on student academic achievement in educational institutions? And the last one is, how does legal compliance influence the development and sustainability of educational institutions in Malaysia? Now, I would like to hand over the presentation to the next presenter, who will guide you through the literature review.
Okay, thank you. For literature review, number one, contribution of facility management process in supporting educational goal. Well-managed facility contribute to a positive student experience by increasing engagement and satisfaction, which lead to better academic performance and higher retention rates, while also supporting Malaysian National Higher Education Strategic Plan by ensuring educational institutions have the appropriate facility that meet environmental standard and promote sustainability. Next. The quality infrastructure significantly shaped learning experience, as well maintained and well-designed learning environment contribute to student success, with research by Rosmah Zura Muhammad Zain highlighting that such environment enhance focus and engagement, ultimately improving academic performance. Next. Sustainable facility management is increasingly important in higher learning institutions, as demonstrated by a case study at University of Technology Marayu ITM, which highlight the long-term benefits of sustainable practice in creating a sustainable campus environment that support both academic and administrative activities. Next. Legal compliance is indispensable for the operation of educational institution in Malaysia, as it derives from the transformation of the higher education system through policy aimed at improving quality and inclusivity while ensuring accountability, transparency, and high educational standard by exploring the legal framework underpinning the country educational reform. Thank you.
Hi everyone. I'll be presenting about our case studies. So our case studies actually focus on the higher educational institution in Malaysia that have successfully implemented innovative management strategies, upgraded their facilities, and ensured adherence to the educational laws. We managed to identify key best practice. We focus on the management strategies innovation, facility enhancement, and compliance with regulatory frameworks. Next. In our case study, we found out that the adoption of strategic management frameworks that emphasize internal quality assurance mechanisms is central in the management innovation. These universities follows a self-assessment approach, allowing them to maintain high standards without constant external oversight. Additionally, implementation of total quality management principles across various universities plays key role in elevating service quality as it provides a framework for continuous assessment and improvement of both academic and non-academic service delivery in the higher educational institutions. Next. Besides that, compliance with legal and regulatory framework is essential for the long-term sustainability educational institution of the educational institution. In Malaysia, the Malaysian Quality Assurance MQA Act plays a significant role in ensuring that universities meet both academic and administrative standards. Institutions that effectively implement the MQA guidelines are granted self-accrediting status, allowing a greater autonomy and flexibility in managing the academic programs while ensuring compliance with evolving national regulations and also the international standards. Moreover, compliance with international standards such as those set by the British Institute of Facilities Management and the International Facilities Management Association provides institutions with frameworks that ensure global best practice in the facilities management. Next, please. Next, please. So, in short, we discover that universities that engage in partnership with both government and private sectors tend to be more successful in upgrading facilities and implementing strategic innovations. On top of that, institutions that actively incorporate student feedback into the facility upgrade and academic services report a higher level of student satisfaction and also better overall performance. That's all from me. Thank you.
As we expand upon lessons learned from previous case studies, we will see how legal compliance is a key factor in maintaining educational quality and institutional credibility. So first, let's talk about why legal compliance matters. So legal compliance is actually very important for sustaining educational quality and institutional credibility. By following legal guidelines, institutions not only reduce security risk, but it also builds the trust and create a responsible educational environment. So this trust is essential for students, staff, and stakeholders to have confidence in institution. Next. So one of the most important laws is the Education Act 1996. So compliance with this act ensures that schools align with the Ministry of Education's requirement, which strengthens national education goals and help maintain academic integrity. Failure to comply can lead to serious consequences, including punitive actions by regulatory bodies and damage to the institution's reputation. Next will be about financial transparency and accountability. It is very important for maintaining an institution credibility and ensuring long-term success. Both internal and external audits help ensure that financial operations comply with the law. These audits prevent the misuse of funds and maintain the trust of stakeholders. Without the proper financial management, institution could face legal issues and lose credibility. Now let's talk about cybersecurity and data protection. The Personal Data Protection Act PDPA 2010 requires educational institutions to protect sensitive data about students. If institutions do not comply, they face serious risks, including fines and reputational damage from data breaches. In today's digital age, ensuring cybersecurity is a top priority to prevent unauthorized access to data. Next, another area of compliance is the intellectual property rights, IPR. So with the increased use of digital platforms, educational institutions must adhere to copyright policies. Failure to do so can lead to legal disputes and damage the academic reputation of the institution. So protecting intellectual property rights ensure that all educational content is used responsibly and lawfully. Next will be the health and safety regulations. It is also important, equally important, because creating a safe environment for both students and staff. Regularly, safety audits minimize risk and prevent accidents. Ignoring this regulation could also lead to dangerous situations and legal liabilities. Finally, it's periodic internal and external audits. It is equally necessary to ensure that institutions remain compliant in all areas of operation. Regularly updating compliance policies is also essential to keep up with the changing regulation. These audits and updates help ensure that the institution avoid legal risk and operate in a good faith. That is all from me. I will pass to the next presenter.
Right, thank you. So I'm going to present the strategic recommendation for our study. First of all is the facilities improvement of an institutions. So facilities that can improve the learning experiences and build a positive reputation, such as well-equipped classroom, advanced libraries, and reliable internet connection should be the top priorities of the educational institutions. So to ensure the continuous improvement of the facilities, educational institutions should seek the students' feedback. By taking students' feedback into considerations of improving the facilities, the institution may be build learning environments that fit different needs of the students. So besides that, integrating technology is also one of the strategies to improve learning environment. So effective implementations of technology can improve academic achievement too. For example, having stable access to the internet allows students to be involved in online forum, access to online materials, and complete online tasks. So while improving the facility, sustainability principles should be taken into account. So it can be done by implementing environmental friendly systems, encouraging waste reduction programs, and using sustainable materials for maintaining the buildings. So in the next slides, the strategies will be enhancing the service of an institutions. So by improving the administrative response and efficiencies can also build student satisfactions. According to research, enhancing communication platform, improving administrative procedures, and offering quick, efficient assistance are all essential factors that contribute to student satisfactions. So institutions should provide responsive systems for addressing students' inquiries and concerns. Lastly, providing counseling services, supporting students' participations, and cultivating a sense of belonging should be enhanced to ensure services can be improved. Lastly, the strategy's recommendations on the legal compliance will be ensuring that the rules and regulation based on the Education Acts of 1996 are followed. Any kind of compliance issues has to be fixed through regular audits and compliance checks. To ensure transparent financial management, strong budgeting, procurements, and expenditures tracking procedures are essentials to practice responsible financial management. That's all for my presentation. I'm going to pass it to Lok Yi. Thank you.
Thank you, Joyce. So next, I'm going to share about the implementation plan. So based on the strategic recommendations, the implementation plan here highlights the steps, timelines, resources needed, potential challenges, and proposed strategy to overcome the challenges in terms of execution of the proposed strategic recommendations. So there are 3 implementation plans altogether. Now I'm going to share the first one, which is upgrading facilities. Next, there are 4 steps involved in upgrading facility. These include conduct assessment and gather student feedback, prioritize facility upgrades, plan for technology integration, as well as implement sustainable practices. As for the timeline, assessment and feedback will take roughly about 1 to 2 months, and upgrade will be about 6 to 10 months. And for the resources needed, it includes facility management personnel, contractors, and trainers. Okay, so for the proposed challenges, it includes insufficient funds, disrupt of learning during upgrades, and teachers and staff unable to adapt to new systems and technologies. So for the strategy to overcome these challenges, we'll be seeking external funds. We can do schedule upgrade during breaks to avoid any disruption of learning, and also provide training on how to use the new system and technologies for teachers and staff. Next. So for the second implementation plan, it will be enhancing services. So in the next slide, there are 3 main areas in terms of enhancing services. This includes administrative efficiency, student-centered culture, and clear information access. So the steps, timeline, resources needed, proposed strategies, and mitigation strategies are highlighted here. So next. So for the third implementation plan is about legal compliance. Next. So one of the areas is regular audit and compliance checks. The step, timeline, resources needed, proposed challenges, and the strategies are also highlighted here. Moving on to the next slide, the area is about budgeting and expenditure tracking. So which is another area of legal compliance. I've highlighted the steps, timeline, resources needed, proposed strategies, and ways to overcome the challenges. So that's all from me. I will pass the floor to our next member. Thank you.
Okay, according to the budget proposal, the title Budget Proposal for Legal Compliance, which is enhancing transparency and also accountability. Next slide. The objective to outline financial requirements for implementing legal compliance as per the Education Act of 1996. The focus areas are regular audits, budgeting, procurement, and also expenditure tracking. Next slide. Total budget overview for this is 168,000, which is cover audits, compliance checks, and also budgeting and tracking. Next slide. Total budget for regular audits and also compliance check is 75,000. The breakdowns are internal auditing formation 20,000, compliance checklist development 5,000, external auditor engagement 40,000, reporting cost which is 10,000. Next slide. Budgeting and also expenditure tracking, which is total budget 93,000, breakdown of annual budget development, standardized procurement procedure, which is 8,000, financial management system implementation for 60,000, procurement committee formation for 5,000, monthly financial reporting for 15,000. Next slide. Implementation for plan review, which is regular audits, budgeting, and also expenditure tracking. The steps are internal audit information, development of compliance checklist, and also monthly financial reporting. Next slide. Here are the conclusion, which is the success of educational institution in Malaysia hinges on effective management, high quality facilities, and also strict legal compliance. By addressing these areas, institution can foster an environment that promotes students' engagement and also academic achievement, which also ensuring alignment with national educational. From successful case studies can guide institutions in enhancing their operation and facilities, ultimately contributing to their sustainability and reputation, which is continuous improvement and also innovation in management practices, are vital for navigating the evolving educational landscape. Thank you.